Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Sliff. I'm the Chief Development Officer at the American Occupational Therapy Foundation. I'm so glad to be speaking to you today about AOTF and appreciate the time to share with you a little bit about the Foundation's work and how we're playing a vital role in strengthening evidence-based practice for occupational therapy. So let's get started. For over 55 years, AOTF has been the nation's leading nonprofit investing in new OT research and the OT workforce. Now, we are a standalone organization fully separate from AOTA. We were founded by AOTA in 1965, but we have our own leadership, our own board, our own budget, and a unique mission. Our mission is to advance the science of occupational therapy to support people's full participation in meaningful life activities. We do about this by working in three main areas, which I'll talk to you about today. One is funding new research to build evidence for practice. Second is to support the future OT professionals, be they researchers, clinicians, or entrepreneurs. And three is to disseminate information to the profession and the public. We are also working on building partnerships because we know there are many organizations out there, like state associations, which share our interest in building evidence for practice, work with OT communities and clients, and want to support the future of OT practice. Today, I'm going to touch on three topics that are the most important things to know about the Foundation, starting with our research portfolio, what we're doing with students, and how everybody can be engaged with us. Now, supporting OT research is our top priority. We know that the demand for evidence grows every day, as does demand for OT services, but clients, clinicians, payers, and policymakers are all asking OTs to provide evidence and prove that interventions meet the criteria for evidence-based practice. We created the Intervention Research Grant in 2013 to fill a critical gap that existed by funding early stage research. We found that there were limited sources for OT scientists to apply for seed funding to collect pilot data or build proof of concept when they had new and novel ideas. In addition, it was hard for early career researchers to be principal investigators on these types of grants. So the IRG program addresses both of these issues. The program has 6 goals aimed at making the greatest impact on the needs of OTs, on society, as well as mentorship, because we believe strongly that research mentorship is critical to building future research capacity and building the evidence in demand. The IRG program has been a success by a number of metrics. We have seen follow-on funding in excess of 10 times our investment. We have seen most of our grantees go on to receive federal funding. Over half of our studies are published in non-OT journals, which gives rise to the visibility of OT evidence in other professions. As you can see, a majority of our grantees are younger investigators, either under the age of 40 or less than 10 years out from their doctoral degree. We're very excited about the impact that this program is having on research and evidence itself, but also on the careers of researchers. This is a look at the topics that we funded with the Intervention Research Grant, and we're hoping to add to this list. Now, because of the success of the program, we created a second program also aimed at early stage research around the topic of health services. Health services looks at the way people get access to care, how that care is delivered, what that care costs, and the results of receiving or not receiving care. And we also, as I mentioned, want to focus on early stage research for this program because we know that these health services research studies can yield new information on intervention trends and risk factors, patterns of care, help establish new health policies, and even the development of new therapies. And below you can see a list of the variety of topics that we have funded with this program over the last 3 years. The third program that we created is called Implementation Research. And this also focuses on early stage research, specifically on how to decrease the time it takes to get new evidence into practice. We know on average in the healthcare industry, it takes about 17 years. This is just too long. And not having up-to-date evidence means increased costs and decreased quality of care. This program looks at the ways that we can implement, sustain, and scale up new evidence into practice with an end goal of improving effectiveness of care. Now, this program and the Health Services Research Program were funded through a philanthropic gift by NBCOT, and we're very grateful to have them as a partner. The IRG program is fully funded each year by philanthropic gifts from a community of donors and partner organizations. Each year, we have to raise $250,000 to fund the 5 grants that we've given out. We've been very fortunate that over the last 8 years, we've had great support from our community to meet this goal, and we look forward to continuing to be able to do 5 a year with a community of support. This is a look at the IR grant topics that we have covered as well. And as I mentioned, this program just started in 2019. So 2020, 21, and 22 were the 3 years funded by this grant program. In addition to soliciting grant ideas from OT scientists, AOTF has started to be more proactive in the development of research proposals by creating something called the Planning Grant Collective. This is a 2-day workshop where we invite OT professionals, other healthcare specialists, and stakeholders together to talk about a particular topic. They spend 2 days unpacking the research that exists, examining the gaps that need to be filled, and then developing proposals with stakeholder input. We feel this is a really unique opportunity for OT scientists to work in a collaborative manner and help build proposals on important topics. As you see, we've done 4 so far on mental illness, cancer survivorship, aging in place, and telehealth. We are going to be doing one in December on the topic of fatigue, and we hope to be able to continue to do at least one of these a year. Now, the importance of our funding research, we think, is evident, but we always like to emphasize that in addition to building more evidence for practice, it does demonstrate that OT meets the need or meets the criteria for evidence-based practice. We have seen career advancement be directly tied to grantees and the fact that they can then go on to obtain further funding, do presentations, and publications. We've also been able to build some partnerships with some pretty great organizations, and we look forward to really expanding our brand as the place for OTs to both get research funding and to support the future of evidence-based practice. While research certainly is the biggest thing that we do, it's where we spend most of our time and resources, we're also very focused on the future OT workforce. We have over 50 scholarships that we award each year to students in OT, OTA, and OTD programs. We also have 2 scholarships for OTs enrolled in doctoral degree programs and 2 postdoc fellowships. We know that all of these are critical to helping build the future workforce as well as future research capacity. The importance of scholarships goes beyond just the accolade, really to the financial support and the demonstration that the profession is investing in the future of the field. AOTA Student Assembly said in 2018 that over half of the students graduating with OT degrees were tens of thousands of dollars in debt. We want to make sure that people have access to OT as a career if they have the interest, if they have the passion for it. We know that our scholarships don't cover the full cost of a degree, but it does help offset some of the financial burden. But more so, it demonstrates that we are a profession looking to invest in the future of the field. We want to encourage everyone who has an interest to get an opportunity. And all of the scholarships that are offered each year are either endowed or are annually funded by individuals, organizations, or corporations who want to support students. Arizona has a scholarship to specifically support students in your state. It's called the Adelaide Ryanson Smith Scholarship. So I encourage everybody, if you want to support OTs in AZ, support that scholarship. We also work with students each year on something special called the St. Catherine's Challenge. This is a student-led fundraising initiative that raises money for the Intervention Research Grant Program. It was started in 2013 by students at St. Kate's University who wanted to be both philanthropic and do something to support evidence-based practice. And so AOTF and the IRG program was a great fit. Now, we find the schools that win this challenge each year and do the best overall have the most alumni support. So I encourage everyone, see if your alma mater is participating, and your gift can then have 2 impacts. 1, helping your school win the challenge, and 2, funding new OT research in a grant next year. Over the last 8 years, we've raised over $350,000 for OT research, and in the last 3 years in particular, the challenge has raised enough money to fund 1 IRG, all through student, faculty, and alumni support. So I encourage everyone to give. The challenge is open and runs through February 28th, where then we will make a big award ceremony at AOT conference. Speaking of conference, we have a number of events that everybody can attend, including Breakfast with a Scholar, our Research Excellence Symposium, and State of the Science Sundays Symposium. All of those take place on what's become known as Foundation Fridays. We also have our journal, a peer-reviewed academic scientific journal, OTJR. Anyone can get a subscription. And we do have some free resources online, including a monthly email and our social media, which posts things about news events, new articles that are published, and CEUs as well. There are lots of ways for people to get involved with the foundation. Certainly, we need your support each and every year for our grant programs, for scholarships and awards, and that can be done with a one-time annual gift. You can set up monthly giving or give through a bequest. We also always need volunteers for a lot of the work we do. We have 10 standing committees. So if you're interested in volunteering with the foundation and helping both grow our mission and impact, please write to me and let me know. We'll find a good spot for you. So with that, I want to say thank you for an opportunity to talk to you about the foundation. Please visit our website, sign up and follow us on social media. And if you have any questions, I'm always available by email. Thanks so much.